Hi, welcome to 7 Facts. This is episode 25 of the US series. Join me again for the next few minutes to discover 7 little known facts about another US state. Remember that there is an entire playlist you can check out if you wish to learn more about every US state and territory. Oh, and while you do that, click that subscribe button, it'll be worth it, I promise. In today's episode, we'll talk about Missouri. So let's talk about it. Missouri has quite a few important and famous cities. The capital is Jefferson City, a city of 43,000 people named after President Thomas Jefferson. St. Louis is probably the most well-known of the Missourian cities, and although it's over 7 times larger than Jefferson, it's obviously not the capital. Confusingly, Kansas City is also in Missouri, although there's another Kansas City in Kansas. So, to sum it up, Missouri's capital is Jefferson, its largest city is Kansas City, but its largest metro is St. Louis. Something is off with the accent here. There are many examples of how Missourians pronounce some words their own way, but the most obvious examples are in the towns' names. There are a number of towns with internationally recognizable names, but with completely different ways of saying the names out loud. For instance, Cairo is not pronounced Cairo, but rather CAY-ro. New Madrid is obviously named for the Spanish capital, but it's pronounced New Madrid. Versailles is not Versailles, like the French palace, it's Versailles. How about the town of Nevada? That's named after the other one that's right there in America, right? Do Missourians pronounce it Nevada? No, it's Nevada. The town of Lebanon is Lebanon. Hell, even Missouri is pronounced in 2 different ways, Missouri or Missouri. The notorious 1949 exorcism that spawned the book and the groundbreaking 1973 horror film did not originally take place in the DC suburb of Georgetown as it did in the movie, but in a quiet residential St. Louis neighborhood about 10 minutes from the airport. That's right. The most famous exorcism movie of all times is based on a real event. During the multiple exorcisms of 14-year-old Roland Doe, horrific events were reported, such as strange noises, furnitures moving, objects levitating, shaking beds, and words like evil and hell appearing and disappearing on the boy's body. You're welcome for that, and, good luck sleeping tonight. 1904 was a big year for St. Louis. It was the year of the World's Fair, held in the city, which introduced a number of new inventions, like the waffle cone, cotton candy, iced tea, and even Dr. Pepper. In the same year and at the same time, St. Louis also hosted the 1904 Summer Olympics, the first one to be held in the United States. As you can imagine, it was complete chaos. Athletes competed for 4.5 months, with one event each day of the fair. But only 42 of the 91 events actually included competitors from other countries. The craziest part, though, was the marathon. Almost half of the runners got heat stroke, and the first placed winner cheated by hitching a car ride from mile 9 to mile 19. Missouri is often called the Cave State because of the more than 6,300 recorded caves within its borders. One of them, the Bridal Cave in Camdenton, actually hosts marriage ceremonies. The tradition started based on a pretty unromantic Native American legend of a wedding that took place there. The legend involves kidnappings and suicide, so why in the world you would want to get married there is beyond me. Still, despite this, over 3,000 weddings have taken place in this cave since its opening to the public in 1948. But even if you aren't looking to get married, the Bridal Cave and many other caves throughout the Ozark region are open for tours. Earthquakes aren't exactly what you think of when you hear Missouri. But 4 of the largest in North American history, up to a moment magnitude of 8, occurred from December 1811 to February 1812 in New Madrid. These were among the most powerful earthquakes ever recorded in the US, and they simply leveled the area. Witnesses had said they actually saw the ground rolling in waves, and the tremors rang church bells as far away as Charleston in South Carolina, which is 1,200 kilometers away. Missouri is also home to one of the most destructive tornadoes in US history. The Tri-State Tornado, which set down on March 18, 1925, killed 695 people, injured 2,027 people, and demolished an estimated 15,000 homes throughout Missouri, but also Illinois and Indiana. Annapolis in Missouri was 90% destroyed. St. Louis has gotten the official Gateway to the West title because of its prominence as a river port, but the western side of the state claims the starting points for three major trails to the west: the Oregon Trail, the Pony Express, and the Santa Fe Trail. You might remember from the computer game that Kansas City suburb Independence was the launching point for the Oregon Trail, and St. Joseph, a city roughly an hour north of there, was the headquarters and start of the short-lived Pony Express, which disappeared once the transcontinental telegraph was completed in 1861. And finally, the tiny town of Franklin was the beginning point of the Santa Fe commerce wagon route from 1821 until roughly 1880, when the railroad was completed. So in some sense, much of the history of the United States literally started out from Missouri. I hope you enjoyed this video, cause that was it. If you did, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Share your thoughts downstairs in the comment section, and check out my Patreon page if you wish to support this channel even more. I hope to see you next time. Bye.